Alright, so moving on with Chapter 7, Controlled Substances Part 3. We're looking at Schedule 3 through 5 prescriptions. Schedule 3 and 4 prescriptions can be refilled up to 5 times in a 6-month period of the date written, but the total of all the refills dispensed cannot exceed a 120-day supply. The original fill does not count as a refill towards the 120-day supply limit. For example, if a prescription for a Schedule 3 drug is written as take 1 tablet by mouth daily, 30 tabs, 5 refills, the patient can receive the initial fill of 30 tabs and up to 4 refills of 30 tabs each, which make it a 120-day supply. Again, that doesn't count the original fill. Schedule 5 drugs can be refilled for up to 6 months from the date of issue. There is no refill or day supply limit as long as the refills are authorized by the doctor. Then we get into record keeping requirements for Schedule 3 through 5 refills. The pharmacy can use one of the 2 systems for storage and retrieval of prescription refill information for Schedule 3 and 4 controlled substances. So we can use a paper record keeping system. So within that system, each refill that's dispensed, the pharmacist must notate on the back of the prescription his or her initials, the date dispensed, the quantity dispensed. If the amount dispensed is not notated for each refill, it is assumed that the pharmacist dispensed a refill for the full refill amount. In the electronic record keeping system, a daily hard copy printout of refills for controlled substances with the date and signature of all the pharmacists involved with the dispensing. This signifies that the pharmacists agree that the printout is correct and that is what they refilled for that day. The printout must be provided to the pharmacy within 72 hours of the date that the refill was dispensed. A bound logbook or separate file documenting each day's refills. Each dispensing pharmacist during the shift would sign a statement saying that what they dispensed is listed correctly. Partial fills of Schedule 3 through 5 prescriptions. Partial fills for refills of Schedule 3 through 5 controlled substances are permitted if it is recorded in the same manner as a refill, and if the total quantity dispensed and all of the fills does not exceed the total quantity prescribed. No dispensing can occur beyond 6 months from the date of issue. Partial fills are not considered refills. For example, a patient is prescribed tramadol number 60, 2 refills. This is equivalent to 180 tablets total to be dispensed over 6 months from the date of issue. Theoretically, the patient could come into the pharmacy every day for 90 days and receive 2 pills. Then we have emergency filling of Schedule 3 through 5 drugs. So as discussed in Part 1 of Pharmacy Practice, there's emergency refills without the prescriber's authorization that is allowed for non-scheduled and Schedule 3 through 5 drugs if the doctor is unavailable to authorize the refill, and if, in the pharmacist's judgment, failure to refill the drug could cause significant harm. The pharmacist must attempt to contact the doctor. Then we have transferring controlled substance prescriptions. Schedule 2 prescriptions cannot be transferred. Prescriptions for Schedule 3, 4, and 5 drugs can be transferred only once by 2 pharmacists. The only exception is if the pharmacies share a real-time online database of the patients. For example, pharmacy stores in the same chain. With this type of database, pharmacies can transfer as many times as there are available refills. For the transferring pharmacy, the prescription hard copy is pulled and void is written on the front of the prescription or face of the prescription. For the receiving pharmacy, the prescription is reduced to writing by the pharmacist and transfer is written on the face of the transferred prescription. The DEA number of each pharmacy is recorded, and all other information is also recorded as required. Alternatively, the required information can be documented electronically, and records would be kept for 3 years. Warning labels for controlled substances. So for California label requirements, the following aux labels are highlighted, and the board has decided that these warnings are important for safety and addiction prevention. So we have the warning, an aux label for opioid, risk of overdose and addiction, flag/label required on outpatient containers. So again, you would have to put the aux label, opioid risk of overdose and addiction, and this would be put on all of the like CVS or Walgreens Rite Aid orders of the bottles. This one is very common that we see. The aux label for impairs ability to operate a vehicle, motor vehicle, and substantial risk when drug is taken in combination with alcohol is also another common aux label. And then the following warning must appear on the prescription label for Schedule 2, 3, and 4 drugs. This is the statement. Caution, federal law prohibits the transfer of this drug to any person other than the person for whom it was prescribed. This statement is not required on Schedule 5 drug labels. Dispensing and delivering controlled substances to patients. So if a controlled substance prescription is orally and electronically transmitted, the patient or the patient rep must provide proof of identity to pick up the med if he or she is unknown to the pharmacy staff. The United States Postal Services, or USPS, permits pharmacies to mail controlled substances with 2 requirements. The prescription is placed in a plain outer container or securely wrapped in plain paper, and the prescription label contains the name and address of the pharmacy, practitioner, or other person dispensing the prescription. Most other delivery services use the same requirements as USPS. Only the USPS is mentioned by name in the DEA's requirements for mailing controlled substances. Let's take a look here. So the next couple pages are the last few pages of this chapter, and they go into treatment of opioid dependence and hypodermic needle and